Okay, we're here today to transplant our Fussy transplanters, so I wanted to catch them just at the right stage for you. So we're actually 2 weeks in. The greenhouse is warm, that's why they're ready in 2 weeks. So let's take a look at our newspaper pot first. What we're seeing here is there are roots coming out the bottom. You can see that they are ready to go. And if you look at the top, these are the baby leaves here. And these are the first adult leaves, so I like to get them as the adult leaves are just starting to emerge. One of the things we can do is we can bury the plant up the stem to right under the baby leaves. So if your plant gets a little leggy, it's okay to bury the stem. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to rip away some of this newspaper pot without disturbing the roots. So I just want to make sure that those roots can come on through. I think they'll come through pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to open that up a little bit. There's lots of nice roots down in there. Okay, I'm going to dig us a hole. And we're going to drop that down in. And I'm going to bury that up pretty deep, just like that. Okay, the next one we got here, these are the cucumbers, and as you can see they got quite leggy, which is fine. This is called a hill. I got 5 plants in here. I'm going to plant them all together. And this one, it's in the plastic pot, so we can't plant the pot. There are a few roots coming out the bottom. So I'm just going to dig another hole here. Go a little bit deeper because I want to bury just a little bit more of the stem. Now you can put your organic fertilizer and your compost down in the bottom of this hole if you want to feed your plant, or you can top dress on top. Either way is fine. Okay, now you're going to take your cucumbers, just weave your fingers in between and turn the whole thing upside down so you're supporting the plants. And usually if you push on the pot and squeeze a little bit, it'll come off without disturbing any of the roots. Now do not break this up and do not really touch it. Just turn it over gently and just set it down in the hole. And we're going to bury those stems clear up to here. Probably not the tag though. Might want to be able to read our tag. Okay, so there's our cucumber buried. Okay, now we have the peat pot. This is also the butternut squash. We got the first adult leaf is just starting, the second one just barely coming out. Now this one, I like to rip the pot away, at least part of it, so you can just rip down the side here, and hopefully we'll see a few roots in there. You for sure want to take the bottom off. I like to do that. Now when I see a few roots coming there. This just gives the plant a chance to get out of the pot. I'm going to leave that piece there because that is rooted on there. And take some of that off. Alright, and we need another hole. Okay, get a hole dug here. There is a little bit of stem that I do want to bury here. So I can put in this much peat pot. I could go ahead and pop the rest of that off. I am going to leave that piece on the bottom because the root is growing right through it. This could be a little more mature on the roots in here, but it's close enough. Actually, I'm going to take that a little more of that off of there. Just rip that around the top. Okay, down it goes. And I also want to bury up a little bit of the stem. Okay. And then the next thing we got here, oh, hello ladybug, come here. I'll put you over there. The next thing I got here, these are the beets, and they are fussy about being transplanted, but you can do it if you get them early enough. So they're just at the perfect stage. So what we got happening here, this is how you lift them out. You're going to lift them out from the bottom. You're going to gently wiggle these apart. Okay, I want this guy right here. He's a good example. Okay, so what we're looking at here is we have the these are the baby leaves, they're the first ones out, and these are the adult leaves just starting. And what I want to do is I want to bury that right up to the bottom of the baby leaves, and the beet will actually form right here. So I'm just going to dig a hole with my finger, bury that down in, and just push that soil back up against it. And you can plant your beets about 3 inches apart. And they actually do pretty good. I'm impressed with what we can actually do with the beets. Okay, so you're going to plant your beets like that, and you can plant as many as you want. Once they get a little further than this, they really don't like to be transplanted. And if they're a little younger than this, I find that they die a lot. So this is the perfect stage here, where you got your baby leaves and your first adult leaves just emerging. All right, so the next thing we would do for these is you're going to want to soak this down and water it really well. And remember that anything that you bring from indoors to outdoors, you need to harden that off, and you need to give these some shade so that they don't sunburn. And we'll do a whole hardening off lesson here in a couple of weeks, so you guys will be able to catch that. So anyhow, this is how you transplant your fussy transplanters.